You love the idea of being able to make money from anywhere in the world using nothing but a computer and an internet connection. The reason you clicked on this video is because of that. And it's also because you're into crypto, stocks, Forex, commodities. You have an interest in learning how to trade, or maybe you want to fine tune your skills. You love the idea of being able to make money from anywhere in the world. As long as I can work, make money, and do it from anywhere in the world, that is the long-term dream, right? That's the goal. That's the name of the channel, Beach Office 365. Those of you that have been with me for a while know that I did have an office on the beach. It's where I lived. I recently moved to the marina side. I ain't changing the name. You guys know that. Because creating streams of revenue utilizing a computer and an internet connection is something that I have been so fascinated with. 2013, I think, was the first time. I don't know if I was watching like a YouTube video, and back then, YouTube was still sort of in that infancy phase. But someone was talking about having an online business. Me, I'm horrible with computers. So I did like finance, and I liked the idea of equities and investing. And so I started to learn how to trade. Throughout the years, I haven't fully honed in on one particular style of trading, but I have done almost all the different types of trading that there is. I've done swing trading, day trading, done options. I've been an option seller where I'm selling credit spreads. I do bot trading. So I have a platform where I set up my own bots. I know bots have become like the big thing in DeFi. And I get why, because if you know what you're doing, you do it right, you can make a lot of money. Last year during the bull cycle, right? So like from like September, October, November, I was making like $3,000 a week. I had about 20,000 spread out across like 6 or 7 bots. And it was just like, it was unbelievable. Day trading and swing trading are something that I want to kind of go back to. I want to get back to doing that. A lot of times in the different DeFi videos I have, you guys see me do some technical analysis, because some of you have talked about not really knowing how to do technical analysis, not understanding it, or maybe you want to learn more about it. Some of you might be curious on different ways that you can apply it. I'll let you know on something. For the most part, when it comes to DeFi projects, it's not really going to apply that much. But if you watch this channel, good chance you're a male between 30 and 50. You love finance, you love crypto, you love equities. If you're like me, you're also then a degenerate, which is basically just like, look, I'll be honest. The real thing is that I want to get better at technical analysis, and there's no better way that I can think of than to try and teach it as a way for me to learn it better. It's a fact. You want to learn something good, go find out about a topic and then try and teach it to someone else. Like the blind leading the blind. That's what we'll do. The truth is, technical analysis is not as complicated as you think. And it can seem overwhelming when you look at certain people's charts because they have like a million different things on it. But let's get into here. Let me show you a few things. All right. So I pulled up the chart of the US30. So this is an indice that I really love. Just like how, Bitcoin is a way to get a sense of what's going on in the crypto markets. US30 is one of the indices that I like to look at to get a sense of what's going on. Also an indice that I have been doing some day trading on. And I thought we'd just take a look at this chart here to start learning just a little bit about technical analysis. Now, obviously, some of you are going to know some of this stuff. Some of you may have no idea. I think sometimes indicators just get overkill. Now, I admit sometimes I pull up my charts and it's just like, it looks like an absolute mess, but that's because I start learning about new indicators and I get all excited about it. But I'm just going to show you the most important thing. Like if I could only one way of setting my chart up, it would be like this. In case you guys haven't noticed, usually you're used to seeing green and red candles. When I day trade, there's a little bit of a psychological component to changing the colors. So yellow are the bullish candles and blue are the bearish. What you want to set up your chart. So when I get ready to day trade, I will come to the daily. I'll pull back. I don't day trade obviously on the daily. You get into smaller time frames, the 1 minute and 2 minute. What I'm going to show you is how to set up support and resistance areas. All right, so we get our horizontal line here, and we start. I usually will kind of do the top and bottom. So over the last 2 years, right? So this is 2021, 22, and now we've just entered 23. So for the last two years, this is how the US30 has traded. It's traded in between this range. All right, but we're going to keep going, finding other areas of support and resistance. Look at that. So you see, if you're wondering where I'm getting this, I'm looking at where areas have either reversed or consolidated, right? So when the price action comes up here, it comes back down, right? So it's where the price goes to and then reverses. All right, it goes to and then reverses. As you can see, this area, the lines are a lot closer together, and it's not even, important to have the exact line at the exact right point. Let me show you. I really like to look at these as zones. That. Right. So I look at it a little bit more that way. Oh, wait a minute. So this one is a zone that I would highlight like this, because you can see that price, every time when it's above this zone, anytime the price comes to it, bounces off, comes to it, bounces off, even there, bounces off. All right, this is a very strong support all the way, even through here. Look at this kind of consolidation period. If we stretch this out, you'll see that it hung in there for quite a bit, but could not get through it. But eventually you can only keep hitting an area of support or resistance before it breaks through. And it did that here, and it broke through. Now, once it breaks through, this goes from being support to being resistance. So it tried to come back up and get back over it, and it couldn't quite do it. Comes back down, gets back up, really makes an effort here, even pierces out of the top, but then falls back through and just can't quite do it. And here we are right now. And I'm sort of the opinion that we're trying to get through it. We've come up, we've come back down. It's trying to go that one final push. I don't think maybe it could come up to here, but I think we're getting ready to head down. Do one of these little jobbies. Let's make that yellow. One of those. Somewhere in that range. I mean, that would make sense when you think about just the way that this has gone. So anyway, I like to pull back and go on a bigger time frame, come into the 1 hour. Having the, look at this. I'm just kind of scrolling back here. Having the proper support and resistance. I mean, you don't need a whole lot more. Area, I had to X out the blue. It wasn't working right. This is where we had the blue buy zone or sell zone, depending on what's going on. But when it enters here, at least for this part of the market, every time it comes in here, comes out. Right? Here, definitely here, even here. So this area, if you are buying during this area when the price is above it and it comes down, you got some winning trades here. So if we're looking at this now, it has just entered this area. We're doing a little back test here. And by the way, TradingView has fantastic simulators. Everyone, if you're going to get into trading, get a demo account, paper trading account, right? I have demo accounts on every platform that I use, basically, because I'm always wanting to test different strategies, make sure I'm doing things correctly. But this would be where you would consider start buying, right? And let's see what happens and how this plays out. All right, I'd be buying right here. And you see how it has this buy again, because this is turning. Hang on, let me pause this. You get the right view. So as you can see, I'm making buys, right? So I was watching, I'm making buys here. I see it come up. I wait for it to come back. Buy right there. because I think this is going to come out of this. So this is up close. All right, here we go. Wait, can we make it faster? I don't want to go that fast. Well, let's see what happens. Here we go. Look at this. Oof. Whoa. So I I would have sold in here for sure, which I think was at the $500 or $490 mark. But you can see how just knowing where your support and resistance areas are, just knowing if you look back and you see that there's certain areas where price has continued to go to and bounce off of, you don't need a ton of indicators. Okay, because look at this. This is over. If we go back, look how many times the price enters this area and then shoots out. So came back here, we just made 2 buys, got a nice position, and let this thing run, because we know that once it gets going, there is a likelihood that it's not going to go back to this until it reaches here. Now you may be saying, well, Luke, why didn't, why do we sell? Why didn't we let this thing go here? Well, yeah, you don't want to get too greedy. That's just something extra we can go over. So anyway, that's a little something. If you like the video, hit that like button. It does help me out a lot. I'd love it if you'd subscribe, because I'm going to be doing more content like this. Appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you guys all on the next one.